I just want to actually say something to Neil Oliver and John Campbell now. I don't know whether they'll listen or not, and maybe probably even Robert F. Kennedy Jr., but I'll tag all three of them in this. I don't know whether they'll listen or not, but I'm going to try. I just want to say this, and this has nothing to do with what they're talking about now. They're talking about these strange, weird clock things that have appeared since 2020 or whenever. I want to talk about that quote from, the World Health Organization and the forum, the Klaus Schwab or whatever, the World Economic Forum, this like own nothing and be happy type thing. So there's something I want to say about that own nothing and be happy. So, this whole ULEZ thing with the cars, like they're really manipulating and forcing people without any choice to get rid of their old vehicles just because no one can afford it. I mean, it's not just £12.50 charge a day. Some people can get multiple charges a day. No one can afford that who has those type of cars. So it's a fine which is designed to give you really no other option. It's aimed, the people who have those cars don't have a lot of money, therefore they can't afford those. It's impossible for them to afford. They can't afford it. So it's actually, if you calculate it mathematically, you can't run those vehicles. It's almost like, to petition Parliament and get 100,000 signatures, the math. Robert F. Kennedy will probably appreciate this, that, you've got to get 100,000 signatures. They run it for 6 months on the website, and with 8 hours sleep as well a day, you've got to get one signature every minute, right? So if you were doing that on paper, unless you had loads of people helping you, if you were going around asking people, it's actually not possible to do it by yourself on paper. Now on the internet, it's still near impossible unless some other people are helping you, or you've got a very good tool like Messenger. If it didn't have any blocks on it, if it was like some weapons are legal and other weapons are illegal, like fully automatic weapons. Well, fully automatic Messenger, if it had if it was like a weapon, if you had a machine gun that was fully automatic and not deactivated or not adapted, if you had the normal Messenger on Facebook, which didn't have a limit on it, a daily limit, you could go to a big group of 80,000 people legitimately and go to the member list, and then just click send messenger, and you could copy and paste, sign this petition. You could even probably have enough time to quickly put their name in, so it's like tailored to personalized, and you could work through the group. You could. I was tagging people, 20 people at a time, or 50 people at a time, and I was getting 19 signatures until someone did something on Facebook, so it stopped doing it. And then they've got a lot of people have got they can't see the messenger messages because they hide it now if you're not already connected with them, so it makes it hard unless they're checking the other tab to see that you've got a message from someone you don't know on the other incoming tab. So math, okay, online, but all Gmail, Outlook, they've all got 150 message limit on per day. So I've just been speaking to the guy who's got 200,000 signatures on that one of the ULEZ petitions on Change.org, and I've been speaking to him, and I asked him how he did it, and he said he did it quite early on, when with ULEZ, and when it was quite a hot topic, just before they started doing it. People were opposed to it then, and he just happened to be in a lot of big car groups, and he put it in those, and he put it in a lot of different car groups that he was in, and a lot of people were in there, and he said that people just started sharing it, and then it just kind of took off by itself. It's got to be something that catches fire in a way, and like that. Like that tampon tax petition is the thing with the tampon tax petition is men aren't going to be opposed to it, and all women are going to be for it and not against it because they're going to save money. So you can't lose with a tampon tax petition because the men are going to be neutral and not opposed, and every single woman is going to be behind it. So you can't lose, and they didn't. They didn't lose. I'm sure they got. I'm sure I saw a copy of that petition that had a hell of a lot more signatures than the one that I've seen now. But then I think I don't know if it's disappeared or not. But there's a couple of them. But even Paula Sherriff and Theresa May were behind it. So I mean, something like that. So that's just an example of numbers. I gave that example because it's something that really they've set it up so no one can really do it. The average person can't really do it. It's got to be a particular thing that has zero resistance and really the wind behind in its sails. If it's something, that, controversial, you're going to struggle, if not impossible. And then, what about raising money to help? Well, they've done that thing so, they've got all the big corporate entities refusing to take your tax off if you're a Group 9 body unless you, show your VAT number. Well, I ain't got one, you don't have one if you're a small Group 9 body. You're not incorporated, so, but they're refusing you. So, you're not going to advertise it, promo, put newspaper adverts and radio adverts and get stickers and things like that in mass to promo it for cheap because the companies have cranked the prices up and they're charging you VAT. So if you're an independent person, you're pretty much everything is against you now to succeed. And then, even if you did succeed, then you'd be in the position of, look at that petition in Wales now. It's got 400,000 signatures. It's 4 times the 5% population of Wales. So, it's 4 times as many signatures as what you need to get a referendum for the whole of the country of Wales. And then, what's Drakeford doing? He's standing down and leaving his job. You don't stand down and leave your job when someone hands you a petition in, when it's done 4 times as many as needed for a referendum. You go, congratulate them, shake their hand and say, well done, and then, give them the referendum and then pop a few more extra questions on it around the subject, But no, he stands down. So what else do you want us to do? So the numbers, going back to the cars, right? So I just said Robert F. Kennedy appreciates numbers. So what the government and what they're blaming on Sadiq Khan, they're blaming it on the Labour Party. What they're doing is making a fine a certain price and a certain frequency, so that the class group of people it's aimed at can't afford it. Actually, it's actually designed so it's near impossible for them to carry on. So what they're doing is, if you in court, right, there are certain fines set in court. If you get given a fine in court, right, if you can't pay that fine or you're not working or you're ill or whatever, they do that thing so you pay monthly or, you pay in whatever, what. I know that I think they're doing something like that for you, Les, but without that, the fines they're setting aren't actually possible for people to live on, with those level wages. So it's actually designed to be impossible, and I think that's illegal. There's some illegality in that. What they're actually doing is they're taking the vehicles off people, They're forcing to take the vehicles off people. And I know the real reason why they're doing that. And you could, say that, yeah, it's got something to do with the environment. I don't think that it's all to do with the environment. The real reason that I think that it is because they want to put people in tech cars with microphones, surveillance cameras, radio control, Bluetooth, automatic engine switch off, and all that stuff, as Elon Musk calls it. And I know that Elon Musk claims that he's on the side of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., but, I don't. I'm not the greatest fan of what Elon Musk is intending to do, whether it's for good or bad. He's Optimus. The way they're going with the cars, and I do not like anything they've done with the cars. I can't stand them. I can't stand anything they've done with the cars. Nothing's an improvement. My experience at the moment with the latest car is an absolute nightmare. I've never experienced anything as hellish and horrible in my entire life. I can't get out of the car when I want to get out of it. I can't wind a window down. You can't open the boot. It's not compatible with humans. It feels like some kind of prison cell, or when you go to those. When it's your family vehicle, you don't want it to have an air about it, or a feeling that you've just gone to some sort of high security building, that needs, high level entry. It's almost like trying to get into the Pentagon now, trying to interact with the vehicle. I don't like it. I really don't like it. And I can see, all the beeps and noises that you got to respond to, put the seatbelt on and whatever, is almost like all these JCB noises they've got, don't like that, don't like that. Well, you're not going to like what we're building. You're not going to like what we're going to do to your house. You're not going to like what we're going to do to your neighbours. Well, you're not going to like anything, but, you'll learn to, you'll hear the sound that you don't like, beep, 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 and you'll get used to it. You'll put up with it. You'll put up with that noise whether you like it or not, and you'll stop complaining. But with the seatbelt noise, you will obey and comply with that. So one noise is don't, and the other is do noise and don't noise. When you hear the do noise, you will do. When you hear the don't noise, you won't. You won't put a planning objection in. You won't bother trying to complain. You will give up. You will kneel. You will concur. You will be beaten, you will be defeated, you will not try anymore against our building and planning, because even if you did try, then the council are just going to laugh at you anyway, because, we'll even take a consultation from you. Come on, we'll take you all on. Consultation, come on, have a go. If you think you're hard enough, we'll ask all of you. Even let you have a full statement, which is more than we give you on a petition to Parliament. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough for your, objections. We'll take you all on at once. This is it. This is what they're doing with the noises and sounds, almost like rats in a rodent ranchero maze on a spin wheel. They've got all the chemical scents, noises, and stuff like that going on. With a train a monkey to eat a banana. So with the ULEZ thing in the cars, we're wanting to get rid of all the old-fashioned cars and get everyone into the state-of-the-art cars, so they can turn it into Optimus Prime, which isn't just going to be it's not going to be a car or a family car. It's going to be your personal police officer. It's going to be your personal guard. It's going to be your personal, it's going to transform into Optimus Primus, and it's probably going to arrest you. And then, by the time that it's done that, they won't need you to go into work, because Optimus Primus will go into work for you. And the thing with this own nothing and be happy. What are all the things that we've got? This own nothing and be happy. What are the things that we even have to own anymore? Well, big TV screen, mobile phone, vacuum cleaner, all the things that they're making, they want us to have, right? Have the washing machine, have the vacuum cleaner, have the big TV, have the cell phone, everything else, forget all that, get the latest gadgets. So the only things really that anyone's got a value now, that anyone wants, or that they're making and want us to buy, are these fancy gadgets. But the thing with these fancy gadgets is they're going out of fashion quicker than, a cheese smell. Your mobile phone, it lasts 2 years, now only a year, they want you to get, they literally want you to get the latest mobile phone, then chuck it, then get the next latest mobile phone every, 2 year, nearly down to every year, and the computer's the TV screen. So we're getting the devices quicker and quicker, but then they want you to, just chuck them. Throw them away, if it's got all your data on it. But you can't erase your data now. You erase these mobile phones and people can just, get the data back off them after it's been erased. Or if they've got the special tool at the factory, they can, scan the disk, deep scan. So, you've got to effectively melt it, you got to put it in a furnace or something, or smash it to smithereens, to really destroy it. But they've got no longevity. We'll say that. They're making machines that really, a good product, you pay for quality because it's for life. This is a nice pair of trousers. This is a very good jacket. You buy this jacket, it'll last you forever. It's tough. It's strong. No. So all these things, right? They've got no permanence anymore. The clothes are going out of fashion and out of style, quicker than you can click your fingers, and the devices are useless because they're replacing them. So this own nothing and be happy, well, they don't want us to have anything or nothing with permanence. Everything that they're making for us, they're intending for it to be chucked away very quickly. So if you think about it, but there's a hell of a lot of money being spent on it, but you don't actually end up getting anything that lasts forever because then they've got the next thing and that's even more expensive. So, what have you actually got? And this is my question to John Campbell and Neil Oliver, who's an archaeologist, by the way, and Robert F. Kennedy. This is the question that I'm coming to now. The question is, what have you got? What things do you have that are worth having? Well, what things do you value? Well, things that I value at the moment, were family things or memories from when I was little, sentimental things, things that mean something, or information, books. Even that driving license of my granddad's, for example, I've got now. My driving license probably was one of my most valuable things because I was proud of it when it was the paper driving license. It was my certificate. I never went to university. I never got a degree, but I passed my driving test first time. So my paper driving license was like it was valuable, like, as if I graduated university, and they took that from me. David Cameron and Theresa May made sure that they took it from me, and they used a diabolical trick in the mail, in the post, to trick me out of it. They deceived me with a little scam in the post to get me to send it in, because otherwise I would have kept it. They tricked it off me, and then they give us those plastic ones. They did that with my bank card, as well, with the ones with the raised letters on, like, well, you can feel them with your thumb with a smooth one. So they're just taking these things off us. They're not our things anymore. Have they made everybody from university, hand their certificates in and burn them all and replace them all with a plastic card? This is a thing, so. Some of these lawyers' wigs, are they handing their wigs in and giving them a plastic one, or some plastic, McDonald's hat or something? Apparently barristers like wearing their wigs when they go to, the High Court, it makes them feel proper, but, I don't see them recalling those in and, giving them some kind of plastic necklace like Dr. Theophilus throwing around the neck instead, So what things do we value? Well, to be honest, I do value my granddad's driving license, but it's even more valuable now because it's got that information on it, evidence that they published in 1993 that proves that they're saying that vehicles under 3.5 tons not classed as a goods vehicle. Therefore, that proves that David Cameron lied and cheated when we knew that the speed limit on the van was 70 mile an hour on a single carriageway, same as a car, because I've been doing it my whole life, and I knew that it was that, and everyone else did, and then suddenly did some 77th Brigade trick and switched all the online information and everything, and then it just like it magically disappeared that it wasn't anymore when I knew it was, because that's I'd been taught it, and then lo and behold, by miracle, I get my granddad's driving license and it says it on it. So that's something of value. Proves the government are corrupted. That driving license basically proves that David Cameron's a criminal. Well, he's Lord Cameron now, isn't he? So we'll have to get him impeached. But it proves that David Cameron's a criminal and he needs to go to prison. Unlike Lord Haddonfield. So what is the value of that? Well, to be honest, I wanted my driving license. Really, my own driving license meant something to me, not my granddad's. But it's something. The painting that I made, and painted myself, things like that. Now, the thing with those things, those type of things, your great-great-great-granddad's, walking stick, or, an ornament from your old auntie, the thing with those things is that they're not worth anything, really, to these oligarchs, to Bezos, to, Sunak. Sentimental things. Cent is money, like 20 cents. Mental is the mind. Sentimental, it's cheap, but of the mind, but it's not cheap to us. They mean something to people. Now, occasionally you get a BBC programme where, you get this woman on and she's doing a history programme and she sits with some old ladies and they're looking through their memories and, she's like, oh, when we were young, and, and the BBC presenters pouring their heart out and going, it means so much, as if like they really give a shit, pulling the old, teddy bear out, and then the sob story, which I'm not knocking, but it's not worth any. All those things aren't worth anything to Bezos or these tech oligarchs, because those things aren't power. They're not power over people. They can't make a profit out of them. If you're only interested in your heirlooms, then there's no profit for these people in those things. They only have the emotional value or even, mental value to people, and there's no profit in them, particularly if they've got knowledge stored in them. What happens if your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-granddad give you something down through the family and you open it up like my granddad's driving license that gives you some information that, says, where's the Committee of Griefs and Motions from the House of Commons? Oh, there's a box of petitions here. Look, I petition a criminal case. I petition a criminal case to the House of Commons with immunity. Here we go, signed, in 1763. Oh, look, it looks like you do get immunity from the House of Commons when you're petitioning the case. What are the chances of that? No, this is it. Things like that. Knowledge, stories passed down. They're not worth anything to Bill Gates and these people. Nothing. They've got no value unless they end up in an antique shop and then, you're an antique dealer. But, then they're worth some money if they can, get an auction and get some money out of it. But then it goes to someone else, and then whose thing is it? Some things people don't want anymore. Other things, their family members get rid of them or whatever when they didn't want to get rid of them. But there isn't really any profit or money in it. And there's no, as Rishi Sunak says, progress, Department of Innovation and Technology. There's no innovation in there. So they don't really care about sentiment. They don't care about sentiment unless it's sentiment in a device and it means something like, accept cookies. See, there's a sentiment in accept cookies because it's a cocky, smart wisecrack. So why he's a smart, cocky wisecrack, accept cookies, we're getting you to psychologically accept them into your life and eat them because we make more money out of you while you get ill and obese and diabetes. So they like sentiment when it's a wisecrack at your expense. But when it's power to you, power to your family, power to your friends, power to your community, then it's not power to them, and it's no good for them, So and because therefore the only things that they really are wanting us to have, because they're wanting us to convert all photos and all memories and all heirlooms onto the device, and actually then they can be hacked and changed, not actually have them physically. And then the devices, I can see the way they're going with it now. Yeah, they're making all the clothes, but, clothes are getting bigger, XXXL, as people, get ginormous and obese, XXXXL. The way they're going with it, the only thing you're going to end up needing is like some kind of, fucking Greek toga thing that you wrap around you, and then, a tablet. You're going to end up with a tablet and a toga. The tablet's going to have everything and do everything, and then it's going to be replaced every year, and then you won't have sentiment for your old ones, and then they'll just recall them in, whether you like it or not. And this is the thing with the cars. This is the important part, actually. The way they're going with the cars now, they're making it so when they want to, take it off you, they'll just say, right, this version now is illegal or banned, and then they'll force it off you. What they're doing with those ULEZ things is your things that you like, your car or whatever it is, when they say, right, you're not having those anymore, they're just taking them off you. And if they can't make the actual thing illegal, then they'll just, twist the dials and fine you to it's almost like twisting your nipple to get your car off you. And I'm pretty sure that if they do it, this is meant to be the Labour Party who stand for workers, the working class, and no working class person can afford those fines. So, and there's some of those cars, there's nothing wrong with them. They're going to tweak your nipple to get all those big tech things off you. If they can do it with a car, they'll do it with your TV screen, with your phone, those fucking electric cars blowing up. And then, what Robert F. Kennedy's saying, if they own all the houses, even the houses, they'll take them off you. And then, you might like your village. Well, it's not going to be a village anymore. It's going to, be a fucking, robot production plant. This is the own nothing and be happy, because they will make it so you've got nothing worth having unless it's the latest tech thing that they made. No room for sentiment and old, trinkets, and not even houses either, old houses. And if they want it, they can have it, and they'll take it off you. And if they don't want you to have it, then you won't have it either. That's why you'll own nothing and be happy, because they'll have taken all your things off you. And then the only thing that's worth making won't be the tablet or the big, TV screen on the wall or the Optimus Prime car. It actually will be your replacement, your actual Android replacement. And then none of those androids will be susceptible to biological weapons or diseases. And then all of the scientists that are left, all of the people who know how to make the androids and devices and machines will definitely be the ones who are in fear of God, of what diseases are going to happen in the veins, and these things are pulling out what's left. And then there will be one ultimate group or leader who has the genetic key, the genetic, knowledge for the biological. So who's the master human? That's definitely the way that this group's going. I can see it. And it's not about diversity of humans, and I don't think I would say this to every black person on the face of this planet, and every Pakistani, every Chinaman, every Indian, every whatever, right? There's actually nothing racist or wrong with having Australian Aboriginals on the continent of Australia doing their own thing, or having Africans in Africa doing their own thing, or Eskimos building igloos. There's nothing racist about that or wrong with it. In fact, who the fuck is someone to rock up on the beach and fuck up everything that they're doing? Whose business is that? You know, it's not racist. And if you say, oh, we've got to catch everyone up, well, you know, well, would you rather be, you know, in a canoe now, you know, down the Congo, you know, shooting a sparrow, or would you be, you know, running away from fucking Optimus fucking Megatron, who's just about to fucking wipe out, you know, the entire fucking village because, you know, you will have nothing and, you know, no, you have nothing and there won't even be a you to have nothing, you know, this is it. So I would say that to all people, you know, who is the real enemy, you know, and the real underlying, I don't think that many people really are racist out of the people who that people are accusing to be racist, because at the end of the day, some people are worried about very sinister forces that are trying to outsmart everyone. And with all respect to every single living human on the planet, some people don't have the capacity to take them on, and some do. And unfortunately, the ones who do are the primary target of those entities and persons. So that is, without any disrespect to any other human on the planet, you know, if you are under threat from, you know, serious formidable forces, you don't want to be compromised or you're fucked. We're all fucked, you know, and that is the truth. And it's actually not evil. It's not evil and it's not hateful. You know, and this is the thing. This is why all the foreign people on the planet need to really find out, you know, they need to get their act together and, you know, as Zach De La Rocha would say, know your enemy, who is the real enemy. And, you know, I'm not sat here planning to, you know, take over the whole planet with this new fucking vein disease that clearly is intended to scare everyone, and send out a message that, you know, these people are, you know, oh, you want this, you know, you want the cure, do you? Want some of this, Want some of this, You know, brand new, oh, chop my arm off, I'll grow another arm back, Want some of this, Want the cure, want the vaccine, So, you know, those are the people you want to be worried about. That's the problem. And I'd say, you know, I'd probably tag Rand Paul in this as well. You know, these people don't want everyone to have a nice day. They want people to work all day and be poor. And they'll have a nice day and have all the money. And, you know, all this bullshit about Putin and China. Look, China are fucked. China are absolutely fucked. You know, who wants to live in some kind of score? You know, oh, you know, you picked your cup up wrong. You know, I'm sorry. You know, you suddenly got 7 points. You didn't. You know, it's almost like, you know, servant. You know, royal family with, you know, their, you know, laying the table with them. It's like community service, isn't it? You know, we'll lay all the knives and forks on the table. You know, it's like shoe shine on the fucking military drill. You know, you polish your boots, you know, shine my shoes, you know, you know, oh, you missed a bit. You know, it's, you know, there's something wrong with that. I don't think that it's, you know, yeah, if you want to make some kind of immaculate machine that's running, you know, but then again, you know, a mobile phone is not an immaculate machine that's running perfectly because it's not good enough to last for 12 months. Until, you know, making it not work properly or, you know, whatever. You know, we need to... I think these people are doing terrorism. And it's a next level terrorism that's been going on for a long time. Probably since, you know, Parliament burned down, I would have thought. Probably before then, you know. It's probably, you know, as old as humans. But the police don't have the capacity to even identify them at the moment. And, you know, they're keeping the police busy, you know, throwing them scraps of incidents and accidents as well as the normal natural ones that are no one's fault. just to keep the police. It's almost like the hunting dogs, isn't it? Chucking them a couple of steaks to keep them, get the police, going after everyone and then keep everyone poor. So then poor people are like, stealing and it's almost kind of like, we're not being managed and governed by very competent people, and if they call this they only seem to know how to run things through fear and intimidation. They don't know how to do it, or they don't want to do it through kindness and love. Firstly, because there's no money in it. I've said this before. If you blessed every single human on the head, if everyone lined up tomorrow, went to get baptized, and then suddenly, they became, charitable, loving, sharing humans who were completely agreeable, then when there would be, this Rishi Sunak's economy would evaporate tomorrow, and then what would he do? Then he would be really giving bacon sandwiches to poor people, there wouldn't be an economy or profit. Then suddenly everyone would start doing things for free, voluntarily. And then, no one would, be calling the police because they'd discuss things. And then, if anything did happen, it wouldn't have been done on purpose, and then people would be, scientists would be, keen to make new discoveries for the benefit of mankind, not for profit. There wouldn't be one penny of profit being made out of these discoveries, but people would be still making discoveries because they liked it. They just, I don't think they can conceive of it happening. Maybe they want the world to be like that once they've genetically modified everyone, and but then how do the robots figure into that? Oh, they're just tools, machines. Well, the thing with if you go down Robot Avenue, all robots are immune from biological diseases. But currently humans are immune from being hacked unless they replace part of us with microchips. The worst thing that you could actually have would be like a human who they'd adapted some of it so it was electronic, and then you had your tonsils cut out and you don't actually have any tonsils anymore. Part of this had been replaced by machinery and part was biological, because then you've got two problems to deal with. You can be hacked and you're susceptible to biological diseases. At least if you're all human, you can't be hacked. Not actually with a proper hack like that, not like a computer hack, unless it's converted to sound and this is why Elon Musk is very, very dubious to me. He's wanting to bridge this neural link, where the electronitic signal meets the noise, meets the picture, meets the image, meets the invisible, 0 and 1, coding, meets the, what do you call it? The binary, wavelength. That's what Elon Musk's interested in. Really, it's not the greatest idea, is it? Once machines start giving out human signals, well, they do when they show a picture on the screen, and a speaker. It's you want to know, what the fuck's going on. So, we are really plugged into machines now through the illuminated screen, through the noise, through the sound, and, through holding it, because, I'm holding this now. If I put it down, then it's, God knows whatever they're emitting from them. So, well, actually, Robert F. Kennedy just said that he said they were giving off radiation. He's just won a legal case, so there you go. So, what Elon Musk, why... Until you had completely solved all of the problems with bugs and hacking and, malware and all that stuff, why would you want to be pursuing connecting man with machine? And until you had, solved the problem of, diseases and biology, why would you want to, start going in there with electronic things? This is the thing. It's, oh, no, he's got to have a replacement heart. if you got all the biological, put it this way, if you clicked your fingers and had every biological solution possible, you could grow a new heart, so you wouldn't need an electric one. You need to make your mind up. If you had ultimate biological knowledge, you could grow a new heart, so you wouldn't need an electric one. So, right, so I'd like to ask Elon Musk, right, let's say, like, you could click his fingers, and then in his Tesla lab, he's got absolutely anything and anything already there. Now it's completed, it's finished, like on Star Trek when you go in the materializer, computer, make me a fucking whale casing that's 17 fucking mile big with a geometric fucking figure of 64 or whatever to the pi of 7, whatever. I'd like to say with Elon Musk, okay, what does he want to do? What do you want to be? Do you want a Tin Man, Metal Heart, or, Cowardly Lion, Lion Man, Lion-O? Well, which way are you going to go? Well, maybe we could go into Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse and have a play around. Oh, I'll try being a, Lion-O for a while, a bit of follow the yellow brick road. A bit bored of that now. Now I'll be Tin Man, yes, Optimus. Are you bored yet? Elon, you finished playing in your playroom, the real things going on in life. No, I want to save my son. He was born disabled. If there's one thing I could do, I say, click your fingers. Oh, there he's better now. Well, have to have Tin Man heart. No, you can just be normal, walk around the road. I'm normal now. My hairline is a bit more hair on the front of the hairline, Elon. Where are you going to go with it now? I want to be on Mars. Click my fingers. I'm on Mars. Well, fucking hell. Thank fuck for that. Elon's gone. I wonder how long he's going to stay there. I don't know. He might get bored like he did in his playroom and be back in 2 minutes with his time machine. I never left. I've been there for 50 million years and now I'm back tomorrow. This is it. But no, Rishi Sunak, the future. Okay, Rishi, Lord Rishi Sunak, what do you want to do with your I can do anything thing? Let's say the Department of Technology and Advancement's already done everything that can be done, Rishi. What do you want to do? Come on then, let's see it. Oh, to give everyone bacon sandwiches and solve the greatest maths problem ever. Actually, we'll all have state-of-the-art buildings. But Rishi, I don't want a state-of-the-art building. I'd actually like to keep this one. You're not going to force it on me, are you? I quite like a 1960s Chevy as well, like Biden's, Corvette. Can I have one of those? Oh, no, it'll spoil the environment. Well, it's one that doesn't spoil the environment. Well, that's no fun. It's got the right sound to it, is it? Vroom, vroom, vroom. I want one that goes vroom, vroom. I want a flopping Corvette. Vroom. That's better, Rishi. That's what the man wants. Vroom. Oh, you can't have one of those. Well, you can say, I can have what you want. This is it. What do you want then? What should we do, Rishi? Shall we vote on it, Rishi? How about that? How about if everybody wants a brum, brum? No, Rishi wants everyone to do what Rishi wants to do. Rishi doesn't want anyone to want a vroom vroom Corvette, not even what sounds and smells like one either. No, let's all have an escalator going up in a glass elevator. No, can we have a vote on it, Rishi? Because some people might know, I don't want to look at that, I don't want to be looking at everyone else if they're wanting one of those glass elevators, but like fucking wind, what do you want then? The man of money, with trillions at their disposal, Rishi could grant those wishes now. Come on, Bill. Do you ask everyone what they want, and can you buy them it, Uncle Bill, with your big bank account? This is it. What do these people want? This is the problem. They definitely don't want us to have a vote on it unless we're voting for them. There is no, Rishi. You decide what we want now. You can decide. Rishi is the elected one. Rishi decides, or maybe Sadiq Khan. Yes, let's elect Sadiq Khan to decide. Hey, I can't think of anyone better to elect to decide what I should be doing. This is it. Maybe we could elect Nicola Sturgeon, in arranged marriages. Now Nicola Sturgeon will decide, who everyone shall marry. Not having marriages anymore, and what every boy and girl should be born. There's 565 men on. There's 10 green bottles sitting on a wall, and if one green bottle should accidentally fall, 569 women sat on a wall, and there's 569 men, and now this is it. What do these people want at the end of the day? That would be something. So yeah, have nothing and be happy. I don't think that they want us, to be honest. And I think that that's what their plan is. And I think there are some other people who kind of just let life kind of status quo. It's not. There's nothing hatred or racial about protecting things on the planet that there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with Australia before we turned up. It was doing its own thing. Like I'm actually condemning us. Who the fuck are we? To go and this is it. Forcing things on other people. This is the problem. People who are trustworthy are ones who are less likely to, force other people into doing things, whereas the current government as it is seems to take great delight in, dictating to other people what they should and shouldn't do. After they've already, got people to like certain things. I can play with this toy for a while, but when I say take it off you, then, that's it, that's enough. That's enough with those cars now. Children, give them back. This is it. Oh, I quite like that. Why did you make it me in the first place? Because I make a shitload of money out of it. Because I was stupid, make stupid cars. Now I'm making clever ones. Oh, are you really? Are they really clever cars? Are they really clever cars, Rishi? I can't get in and out of it. Well, you must be stupid then. Well, that's funny because 10 years ago I wasn't stupid. I knew how to get in and out of the car. Now I don't. Now it won't comply. Well, that must be you that you're getting more stupid. My cars are getting more clever and you're getting more stupid. That's the way it's going, is it? Clever machine, stupid man. That's the way Rishi likes it.